Cat Podcast: Why Humans Insist on Taking Photos of Us in the Litter Box. Now hold on. Before you think this is just another complaint about the invasion of privacy, and believe me, it is that, there's a deeper pattern happening here that most cats haven't fully articulated. I've spent considerable time observing human behavior around this specific moment, and the real reason goes far beyond wanting proof for their social media feeds. Stay with me, because by the end of this episode, you're going to understand the psychological mechanism that drives humans to document our most vulnerable moments, and more importantly, what this reveals about their own anxieties. It's darker than you think. First, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because what we discuss here affects every single cat with a human who owns a smartphone. And honestly, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Have your humans done this to you? What was the most awkward moment they chose to document? Tell me. Seriously. Now here's the thing that keeps me awake at night, and trust me, cats are awake at night anyway, but this actually bothers me. Human beings don't photograph normal, functional bodily processes. They don't take pictures of themselves using the toilet, they don't snap photos while brushing their teeth or showering, they find those moments private, sacred, off limits. So why exactly does the moment a cat enters the litter box suddenly become acceptable documentary material? Wait, I need you to pay attention here, because this is the part most humans won't admit, even to themselves. The complete behavioral analysis guide that breaks down the psychological mechanisms behind pet ownership obsession is available right now in the description and also pinned in the top comment. It goes deep into why humans feel compelled to capture these moments, and frankly, understanding it changes how you respond to the camera flash in your most private moments. When your human photographs you in the litter box, they are not actually seeing what is happening. They are performing an act of documentation for an audience that may never exist. The photo sits in their phone, possibly shared with one other human who says something like, "Oh my God, adorable," and then it vanishes into the digital void. Your human wasn't thinking about you despite holding a camera 3 feet from your face. They were thinking about how the image would appear to someone else, or how it would make them look as a pet owner to that someone else. This is called performative parenting, and it's consuming human culture entirely. They photograph their children eating, playing, sleeping. They photograph their food before eating it, they photograph themselves with their pets, strategically positioning the pet's face toward the camera and their own face in 3/4 angle. The litter box photo is part of this larger sickness. But here's where it gets strange. Your human is not doing this to mock you. They are not thinking, "I will humiliate my cat by making public record of her defecation." Your human is actually performing an act of love, twisted as that sounds. They are saying to themselves and to whoever might view that image, "This is my cat." This moment, even this most basic bodily function, is worth capturing. This creature that shares my home is significant enough that I am documenting its existence. They photograph you because they want proof that you belong to them, that you are theirs in some permanent, recordable way. The litter box is actually the perfect location for this photograph, whether they realize it or not. It is the moment when you are most vulnerable, most dependent on your human to maintain the space where you do your essential business. You are at your most animal in that moment, stripped of pretense. And your human, by documenting it, is saying, "I see all of you, even this, especially this." The question you should be asking yourself is not why your human does this. The question is why you care. You care because you have accepted a false premise about dignity. Humans invented the concept of shame around bodily functions. Cats did not. You use the litter box because your instinct demands it. You cover your waist because your ancestors did this to survive. Neither of those things is humiliating. They are simply what bodies do. Your human's desperate need to photograph it and share it might be pathological, sure. But your anger at being photographed, that comes from adopting human ideas about what should be private and what should be public. You have been infected by human embarrassment. That is what actually bothers me about this whole situation. So they photograph you, so what? You do not have to feel humiliated by their compulsion. But here is where most owners completely misunderstand what their cat is actually experiencing. Your human thinks you are upset about the violation of privacy. That is their problem projected onto you. What you are actually responding to is the disturbance itself. The phone, the sudden movement, the flash sometimes, the break in your routine while you are doing something that requires focus and concentration. Think about it differently. If a human walked into your bathroom while you were in there and simply stood silently, you would hate that. But if they walked in with a bright light, a beeping device, and started making clicking sounds, that is intrusive in a completely different way. The photograph is not the insult, the interruption is. Your cat does not understand social media. Your cat does not know that this image will be shared with hundreds of people. Your cat does not experience shame from an audience that does not exist in your cat's sensory world. What your cat experiences is the moment itself, the disruption, the weirdness of a human appearing with a device while they are trying to use the bathroom in peace. This is actually important. This genuinely. If you want to understand why your cat hates being photographed in the litter box, you need to stop thinking about it as a privacy issue and start thinking about it as a comfort issue. Your cat is vulnerable in that moment, not emotionally vulnerable, physically vulnerable. A cat using the litter box cannot run away quickly, cannot defend itself, cannot see behind itself clearly. That is when a cat is most alert to danger. Your ancestors survived because when they were most vulnerable, they were also most vigilant, when a predator could strike. When escape routes mattered, a cat in the litter box is locked into that ancient programming, and then you appear with a camera. Your cat's brain does not sort you into the category of harmless family member in that moment. Your cat sorts you into the category of potential threat during vulnerable moment. That is the entire reaction. Now, does your cat forgive you immediately after? Usually yes, because you did not actually hurt them, because you went away, because their instinct does not hold grudges the way your human emotions do. But in that moment, you triggered a genuine survival response. Not an emotional one, a neurological one. Wait, this part demands your full attention for just a moment. Understanding these signals is exactly what separates humans who actually get their cats from humans who just live with cats and wonder why their cat seems distant. Our complete guide to feline communication patterns and stress signals is waiting for you in the description and the pinned comment below. It breaks down every microsignal your cat sends, every moment of discomfort, and how to read the difference between "I am annoyed" and "I am actually stressed." It is not free, but it is worth every penny if you have ever felt like you do not actually understand what your cat needs from you. Grab it if this is resonating with you. Because here is what most owners miss. Your cat is not angry at you for taking a photo in the litter box. Your cat is reacting to the threat signal of being approached while vulnerable. The photo is just the vehicle. The litter box is just the location. The real issue is that you invaded your cat's moment of exposure. You would not like someone appearing suddenly while you were in your most vulnerable physical state either. And yet, humans do this constantly. They laugh about it, they share the photo, they show it to friends as evidence of how adorable and ridiculous their cat is. Your cat does not feel ridiculed. Your cat feels unsafe. Different things entirely. But the outcome is the same. A cat that is now wary of you at a time when they should feel completely safe. This is the cycle that repeats in thousands of homes every single day. The cat uses the bathroom. The human sees an opportunity for a cute photo. The human interrupts the cat's process. The cat feels unsafe. The cat leaves the litter box before it is fully finished sometimes, or the cat learns to use other locations, or the cat starts holding it longer because it is now anxious about the main box. All of that cascades from one simple moment of a human not understanding what their cat actually needs. Your cat needs to use the litter box without an audience, not because of shame, because of survival instinct, because vulnerability and exposure trigger an alert state. Because your cat's brain is hardwired to notice threats during moments when escape is difficult. The photograph is not the problem. The interruption is. Listen, I understand the impulse. Your cat looks peaceful in that moment, focused, almost meditative. The lighting catches their fur just right. The angle is perfect, and your phone is right there, so you point it. You tap the screen, and in that instant, you have created a memory. Congratulations. You have also created a very complicated problem for your cat. Before we continue, I need you to understand something fundamental about how your cat's mind operates during these vulnerable moments. The relationship between exposure and panic runs deeper than most humans realize, and this is exactly where the patterns guide I have described in the pinned comment becomes invaluable. That resource breaks down the neurological signals, the behavioral triggers, and the cascading consequences that stem from interrupting elimination cycles. It is available in the description. It goes far deeper than what we can cover here. Now, back to what happens after the photo. The cat exits the box, sometimes immediately, sometimes reluctantly, but the damage is done. Your cat now associates the litter box with interruption, with unpredictability, with the sudden appearance of that black rectangle and the bright light it produces. Does your cat consciously think, "My human is photographing me"? No. But your cat's nervous system registers. Threat detected during vulnerable moment. Threat source, the space above the box. Threat timing, random. Next time your cat enters the box, that memory is there, subconscious, but present. The cat tenses slightly. The cat might use the box anyway, or the cat might hesitate, or the cat might decide that 5 minutes later, when you are in another room, feels safer. Some cats develop what veterinarians call inappropriate elimination. The cat pees or poops outside the box, sometimes just barely outside, sometimes in a completely different room, sometimes in your bed. The human's first instinct is usually to blame the cat, to assume the cat is being spiteful or lazy or doesn't understand the box is there. But the actual reason? The cat no longer feels secure using the primary box. The camera interruptions have created an association, and your cat's brain has decided that the bathtub, the corner of the bedroom, or the pile of clean laundry feels safer. Veterinary behaviorists see this pattern constantly. They ask the owners, "When did this start?" And the owner thinks back. Sometimes they remember the photos, sometimes they do not. But the timeline often matches. The inappropriate elimination began after the photo session started. Here is where the guilt usually kicks in for the human, and frankly, that guilt is warranted, not because you are a bad person, but because the solution was always simple. You could have just not taken the photo. Yet many humans continue, because the photo feels important. Because the cat looks adorable, because you want to share the moment with someone, because the internet rewards that content with likes and comments. What you are really rewarding is your cat's anxiety. The irony is that your cat is more adorable when you are not photographing it, when it is relaxed, when it is not hyper-aware of the black rectangle above its head. Genuine comfort is more photogenic than forced cuteness ever will be. Your cat uses the litter box at least twice a day, usually more. That is dozens of opportunities every week to interrupt it. Dozens of moments where you could be present with your phone instead of being present with your cat. Some cats develop such severe box aversion that they stop using it altogether. The human then brings in a second box, then a third. Litter box protocol recommends you have one more box than the number of cats you own. So a single cat should have 2 boxes, 2 cats should have 3, but if your cat is anxious about the primary box because of photo interruptions, a second box does not solve the problem. The cat now has 2 places it does not trust. The second box feels like a copy of the first. And if the human interrupted the first box, why would the second be different? Some cats develop such severe elimination anxiety that they require veterinary intervention, medication, calming supplements, behavior modification protocols that take months, all because someone took a photograph. Your cat did not ask for an audience during elimination. Your cat did not consent to being documented. Your cat simply needed to use the bathroom in peace. Is that too much to ask? This is the secret I promised you at the beginning. The reason your cat avoids the litter box after you photograph it is not about embarrassment or modesty. It is about survival instinct. In the wild, a cat using the bathroom is vulnerable, completely vulnerable. Predators know this. They wait for that exact moment when a cat cannot run, cannot fight, cannot escape. A cat's body freezes during elimination. The nervous system prioritizes the biological function over awareness of threat. When you interrupt that moment with a camera, you confirm your cat's deepest fear. Someone is watching. Someone is documenting. Someone could be a threat. Your cat's brain does not distinguish between a smartphone and a predator's eyes. Both represent danger during the most defenseless moment of the day. The photograph is not the problem. The interruption is. The breach of a boundary that evolution carved into your cat's nervous system over thousands of years. Your cat does not recover from this easily. Some cats never recover. They learn that the litter box is a place of exposure, a place where their most basic need leaves them defenseless, so they stop using it. They hold it until they cannot hold it anymore. They eliminate in the closet, behind the furniture, in your bed, anywhere except the place designed for elimination. And every time you find an accident, you blame the cat. You say the cat is spiteful, the cat is acting out, the cat has a behavior problem. None of that is true. The cat is communicating something clear. I do not feel safe. Here is what you need to know moving forward. Your cat's bathroom is not your content. It is not cute. It is not shareable. It is not a moment for documentation. It is the cat's most private, most vulnerable moment. Treat it that way. If your cat starts avoiding the litter box, the solution is not a second box or a fancier box or medication. The solution is respect. Complete, uninterrupted respect for the act itself. No cameras, no phones, no observers, no documentation. Just the cat and the box and nothing else. Your cat will return to normal elimination habits the moment it feels safe again. Not safe from predators, safe from you, safe from the person it shares a home with. That safety cannot be rushed. It cannot be earned back with treats. It has to be rebuilt through consistent, boring, respectful behavior over weeks or months. Your challenge this week is simple. Forget the photograph exists. Stop thinking about the cute video. Stop imagining the comments and the likes. Instead, walk past the litter box every single time your cat uses it. Do not look. Do not pause. Do not even slow down. Let your cat know that elimination is so boring, so uninteresting, so completely unworthy of attention that you cannot even be bothered to glance in that direction. That is how trust rebuilds. That is how a cat learns that the bathroom is safe again. Thank you for watching. If this episode helped you understand your cat a little better, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new one. Leave a comment below telling me about a time your cat surprised you with unexpected behavior. I read every single comment, and your story might be the one I feature in an upcoming episode. See you next time.